Everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to give you guys kind of a advanced strategy with Bollinger Bands. I was kind of doing this strategy yesterday, kind of experimenting with, it's kind of like a custom Bollinger Band strategy. And I think I've made videos in the past about Bollinger Bands, but this one is kind of, it works some of the times, and some of the times it's, well, you just gotta, if you want to do the strategy, it's not one of my top strategies, but I was kind of experimenting with this yesterday. So if you guys like the strategy, you can apply it. But it doesn't always get a winner. But I'm going to show you guys. For this strategy, you need Bollinger Bands, and really that's about it for this strategy. And we're going to focus on kind of future trades with this one. So let me show you how to get started. Okay, so for this strategy, really all you need is Bollinger Bands. So let's get those loaded. I'm going to go to Bollinger Bands, right here. And you guys can do this on whatever time frame you want. But let me make those, I want to make them white so they stand out. Okay, so, and let's get rid of the basis here. We don't need it. Okay, so basically what you want to do in this strategy is you want to use the Bollinger Bands to find moments of, it can find support and resistance, but basically what you want to outline the tail end of the top and bottom. So like right here you'll see, and we're on the 5 minute here. Actually we'll do this on the minute because you'll see it faster, but you can do this on any time frame. What I do is I look at the Bollinger Bands here, and then I make a line, and that'll give me a, let's make that smaller. Okay, so I make a line right after, where the Bollinger Bands end on both sides. So what this will do is it will act as a kind of a support and resistance zone, at least on the 1 minute. You can kind of see where it's going. And with Bollinger Bands, usually when they get to the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, usually, like right here, you see, when this goes down here to the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, it usually bounces. So you can usually catch a bounce doing this. So we know here with Bitcoin, when this candle gets all the way down here to the bottom, it's probably going to bounce because it's the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. But you outline that with your lines here. It's the same thing for the top here. If the candle goes up here to the top, it'll bounce down usually. And so that's one way of doing it. So let me just remove the Bollinger Bands. Well, actually, we need it actually. Another thing that I've noticed from this strategy is once you have your lines, you can make a lot of judgment based off of, you have your line drawn right here. So what you want to look for really is the top and the bottom, these two of the Bollinger Bands. If they're going in the same direction, the candles are usually going in that same direction. So I can't show it here because they're not doing it, but you see the end of the Bollinger Band here is going down, and the Bollinger Band here is going up. That tells me right there that this is going to be a reversal. The candles are going to go down and it's going to go back up. That's what's going to happen. You'll notice it's going to go red, it's going to hit, and then it's going to go back up. If they're both in the opposite direction, it's usually a indecision moment where it's like a reversal. But if both of these lines are both going down, and like if this line was going down, this one right here, if this one was going down, the moment will be going down, the candles will be going down. If both of these would be shooting up, then the candles will be shooting up, most likely. So what I look for in trades and things like that is the best result is when having your line, but both of these lines are pointed in the same direction. Whether that be up or down, they have to be pointing in the same direction. And usually, let's see what happens here, because it's touching the Bollinger Band. We made our line right here. We made our line right here, and we noticed that the Bollinger Bands peeked through it, but it's about to touch the Bollinger Band, so I'm predicting that it's going to bounce. So let's wait and see what happens. And I have this on the minutes, but you can do this for whatever time frame. It works for whatever time frame you want. So let's see what happens. So we see that it hit the Bollinger Band, and it's the lower Bollinger Band here is starting to go down. So if this top one goes down, then most likely it will be a downtrend, but I don't see that happening yet. It's probably going to bounce just a little minute or two. It probably will bounce, because it's still the Bollinger Band here is still in, this one is geared more towards up and this one's geared towards down, so it looks like it might be bouncing. And there we go, the bounce has started. The bounce has started because we drew our lines here. We see the lines, and from here on the bottom, I may wait just a couple more minutes here, but the bottom, this is where we drew the line, and then the bottom of the Bollinger Band started going up, and we see what direction it's actually going, but it looks like a bounce back up. It's only going up because it hit the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and then it's doing a little bit of a bounce. And another reason that it's going in the opposite direction is because the top part of the Bollinger Band are facing the opposite direction, and usually when the top Bollinger Band and the lower Bollinger Band are in opposite directions of each other, that usually tells me that there's going to be a reversal. But if both of the Bollinger Bands, which I may wait a couple more minutes to see, if both of these Bollinger Bands are in the same direction, like if this was pointing down, this was pointing down, usually that means that the trend is going to go down. If both of these were pointing up, that usually indicates that it's going to be going up. So let's just wait a couple more minutes to see if these two top Bollinger Bands make a change with their direction. So I'm going to fast forward this video. Okay, so we can see that they're right now both pointing down. So to me, that tells me a downtrend. So I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes and see if the trend goes down. Okay, well, both of the Bollinger Bands are facing down, so it tells me that the trend is going to be going down. It may hit the bottom of this Bollinger Band and start to go back up. If that's the case, the bottom Bollinger Bands would start turning into an opposite direction, and if there's a bounce, then it may happen in a couple seconds here. But if there's a bounce, the bottom Bollinger Band here it'll curve up, and then the top one will be going down, and that will confirm to me that it's probably going to be a reversal, which means it's going to be going up. So for the notes of this, from what I've looked at, and it looks like it's going down, but the note from the strategy, if the Bollinger Bands are both in the same direction, it usually means it's going to go in the direction. If one of them is going in the opposite direction, it usually means a reversal from what I've seen from doing the strategy. I'll probably talk a little more about this later, but I'm not going to watch this chart and see what it does. But anyway, these are just strategies that I've kind of done myself for the last couple of days to see. These are just strategies that I found helpful to see if it works, or just the little strategies that I'm experimenting with. Anyway, if you like the strategy, if you want me to do more of this kind of strategy, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.